The world of Elden Ring features a detailed and varied flora, with many species having interesting lore implications. In this video, we'll examine the game's flowers and trees, and what we can learn from them. Let's begin. Due to its towering size, the Erdtree's leaves have been falling all over the lands between. They eventually grew into Erdleaf flowers, commonly found in Limgrave and Liurnia. Over time, they've started to fade and wilt, presumably due to the shattering and the way it weakened the Erdtree's essence. Still, they seem to retain some of its properties, considering they can be used to craft warming stones. Gloveworts are defined by their bell-shaped white blooms, often found in catacombs of the lands between. They're based on a real plant called Lily of the Valley, which is highly poisonous. Spirits are drawn to the soundless tolling of these flowers, making them essential to the art of spirit tuning. Since ancient times, larger gloveworts have served as tributes to heroic spirits who perish gloriously, ensuring their tales become legends. Interestingly, they're found on the stone coffin ships of the Uul civilization, hinting that they contain corpses. These flowers are associated with Miquella and his alter ego, Saint Trina. Their locations might be marking places where they traveled in the past. A subtle nuance between these descriptions points to Miquella's degrading health, or perhaps his rejection of Marika's Empyrean lineage. Fulgorbloom grow where lightning strikes. Their leaves have conductive properties, allowing them to store electric currents. Some animal species have made it part of their diet, imbuing their bodies with lightning. These flowers are found in the realm of shadow, next to Miquella's crosses. They mark places where he discarded parts of his flesh on his journey to the Gate of Divinity. Due to his Empyrean blood, they emit a golden glow and can be used as a crafting ingredient to replicate his charm ability. These flowers are native to the upper left regions of the Shadow Realm. In the past, they were a symbol of the church located in the ruins of Raur. When Romina weaved the scarlet rot into flourishing, they became blighted, their budding process forever halted. This alludes to the profound transformation that took place here, and it's interesting to ponder what this church used to look like before the rot. St. Trina's flowers grew in proximity to her current location, where she was discarded by Miquella. The fall presumably wounded her, and her blood caused these flowers to flourish into a garden. They contain her nectar-like blood that can incite a deep, velvety sleep upon consumption. Arteria, named after artery, refers to human blood vessels. As such, these leaves seem to be fleshy in nature, though still mainly made of plant matter. They might be associated with places where violent events happened in the past. Interestingly, they're dropped by snow trolls of the mountaintops, maybe hinting that they cultivated them, or maybe made them part of their diet. Dewkissed Herba grows near the eternal cities of the Nox, granting them a starlight glow through a different kind of photosynthesis. Their leaves share a similar shape as the Arteria plants, indicating a common origin. They can be crafted into preserving boluses that can stave off the scarlet rot, something only few effects can achieve. When Marika ascended to godhood, she ushered in an age of duality. For the grace of gold to exist, so must shadow. In essence, for one thing to flourish, something else must take on its suffering. This narrative duality is reflected through sunflowers, associated with the Erdtree and its counterpart, the Scadutree. They grow facing their respective great trees, taking on their appearance. Interestingly, the shadow version states it is infused with profound holiness, hinting at the origins of the Scadutree. These plants are left behind by Malenia's Scarlet Bloom and are connected to her rebirth ability. Their design might be inspired from a real-life plant disease called cedar apple rust. After Malenia's defeat, one of these flowers marks her remains and can be interacted with to obtain Miquella's needle. A popular theory argues this plant is proof that Malenia wasn't fully slain by the Tarnished and could regenerate from it. White willow trees are commonly found throughout the realm of shadow, especially in areas associated with the horn scent. Real-life willows are usually found close to water, and their mythological associations often revolve around this connection. which fits the recurring theme of flowing water in the Shadow Realm's landscape. Several variants of white willows exist, such as the grandmother tree at the Shaman village, as well as the one in Enir Ilim. Indeed, they seem to be connected to the Shaman people, who were used as sacrifices by the Hornsent. Altus Plateau's forests mostly consist of pine trees with golden leaves, a coloration that likely stems from their proximity to the Erdtree. It could also be explained by nutrients in the soil, infused with the Erdtree's essence. Real pine trees are mostly native to temperate regions of the Northern Hemisphere, which fits their in-game locations. Ancient bowers are petrified remains of colossal trees that likely predate the Erdtree. They appear in the consecrated snowfield, Mogwin Palace, and along the Siofra River, stretching past the playable area. Ancestral followers commonly dwell near these trees, hinting at a narrative connection. It's possible that the ancient Ul dynasty cultivated these bowers, a tradition honored by their presumed descendants. Trees of similar bearing comprise the abyssal woods, though these ones still have branches. When Malenia unleashed her Scarlet Bloom against Radahn, Caelid's landscape was transformed. The scarlet rot infestation is mostly concentrated in the swamp of Ionia, which turned into a toxic bog. A tall Rotflower Tree stands in the middle of the swamp, marking the place where the duel happened. Rot burgeons flower from its branches, while its roots grew in wild patches all over the region. These growths are often accompanied by fungi, which appear to live in symbiosis with rot flowers and branches. One theory suggests it might be part of a mycelial hive mind, which comprises kindred broods. As one of the earlier stages of minor Erdtrees' growth cycles, these saplings glow with holy energy. Based on their locations, they were likely planted by members of the Golden Order, rather than having sprouted from wild golden seeds. One of them is found in the minor Erdtree church near Lanedale. Judging from its height, it might be far enough along its life cycle to near the minor Erdtree stage. Another is located in a cave of the Shadow Realm, tended by a group of perfumers. It was likely grown there in secret, after Messmer's crusaders lost hope in Marika's Golden Order. Another is located in the Shadowkeep courtyard, likely planted as a symbol of hope during the earlier days of the Crusade. Minor Erdtrees are found in most regions of the lands between. Their origins are rather unclear, with a couple theories behind their existence. After the Elden Ring was shattered, we know the Erdtree spread its golden seeds across the lands between. Therefore, it's possible the minor Erdtrees grew from these seeds. This is supported by various item descriptions, such as the seed talismans, which imply Erdtree seeds didn't exist in the distant past, back when it was thought as perfect and eternal. Alternatively, they may have started to grow before the shattering, as a result of its roots spreading under the continent. This would imply a longer life cycle and explain why some of them are located above burial catacombs. Minor Erdtree canopies feature a subtle golden glow. However, their bark lacks the spectral aura of their progenitor, looking instead like more common wood. Looking closely at their trunks, the upper sections look somewhat different and thinner, possibly hinting that they were grafted upon the lower half. Some minor Erdtrees appear unhealthy, which can be explained by narrative reasons. The one in Leyndell's outskirts, for instance, stands right above the location of Godwyn's cadaver and was probably corrupted by deathroot. There's also the one in Mount Gelmir, which might have been damaged by Rykard's forces. A few others were infected by scarlet rot, like the one in Consecrated Snowfield, which is close to the Haligtree. Long ago, Miquella watered a sapling with his own Empyrean-Blood. It grew into the Haligtree, located far to the north, off the coast of the lands between. Its lower half is braced by a concentric fortress known as Elphael, which support columns extend into the seabed. This hollowed-out stump might actually be a different, older tree, a remnant of an ancient civilization. The other half, meanwhile, would be the younger Haligtree, nurtured by Miquella, possibly grafted from a cutting of the Erdtree. This theory is supported by subtle visual clues, such as the different-looking roots in Malenia's boss room. Elphael's inner temple is embedded within the stump, making it seem older than Miquella's faction, possibly tying the structure back to the Horn Cent or the Rao civilizations. Ultimately, though, this theory remains up to speculation. The Haligtree could simply be a single tree with a codependent trunk, its lower half having rotted due to the scarlet rot. The Scadutree looms over the realm of shadow. It is made of 2 stalks, one tightly winding around the other, possibly conveying subtle symbolism of the Empyrean's dual nature. Its origins are shrouded in mystery, though we know it was born of dark notions that bear no sense of order, bending and twisting its stalk. It's implied to be connected to the Erdtree, embodying its hidden darkness, and possibly hinting that they used to form a single great tree. Spectral drapes seem to originate from above its canopy, further linking it to Marika's supposed veiling enchantment that split this continent from the lands between. Beneath its shadowy appearance, the Scadutree is infused with a holy essence, its golden sap bearing precious blessings that equal those of the Erdtree. For that reason, splinters of its bark were collected and used in prayer. The Scadutree is said to be brittle and believed to be at risk of collapse from its core, meaning it could cease to exist in the near future. The consequences of such an event are difficult to fathom, though maybe it would lift Marika's enchantment and reunite the realm of shadow with the lands between. The Erdtree is a gold-colored tree of colossal proportions, towering above the lands between. Its essence is a source of divine energy, the very heart of the Golden Order that symbolizes and legislates Marika's reign, and provided blessings of immortality through the Elden Ring. It might be partially inspired from Yggdrasil, the famous world tree of Norse mythology, which is similarly tied to the nature of life itself. In its earlier years, the Erdtree flourished under an age of plenty. Back then, its bark was brown, much like the minor Erdtrees, and it secreted primordial life energy in the form of sacred sap, which hardened into precious ambers. At some point, though, presumably at the moment of the shattering, its nature seemingly changed. From that point on, it appeared almost entirely spectral in nature, consisting of a partially transparent golden light. For that reason, it is sometimes theorized to be an illusion, visible only by the chosen few, blessed by the grace of gold. This is, however, contradicted by several dialogues and visual cues, hinting that the Erdtree remains a physical entity, visible to all.
My lord, did you see it? The Erdtree. I don't really have the words for this, but I was so dazzled. I felt something stir in my breast. The Erdtree is waiting for you, my lord.
Inside, we find a platform within its hollow core, possibly the remains of its physical stump. When the Tarnished forces the Elden Beast to manifest itself, though, we find ourselves in a strange place, possibly cosmic in nature. Here, many more Erdtrees are visible, alluding to the Greater Will's design, and the fact that the Erdtree is far from unique. If you enjoy my content, remember to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.